Hello and welcome to Spectrum News at 12. I am Uyai Anyekan, coming to you live from the beautiful hills of Ibiakoran. Let's take a look at the headlines. Federal government commends ASIP for calling off strike. Methodist prelates, others regain freedom 24 hours after abduction.
Egyptian President Abdel Fattah.
Egyptian and Polish presidents discuss liquefied gas supplies. Details of these stories and more in a moment.
The cooperation as well as the next.
First in our news today, federal government has commended the Academic Staff Union of Polytechnics for calling off its warning strike and resuming duties. The government also lauded the union for acknowledging its efforts towards the resolution of the challenges facing polytechnic education in the country. In another development, Nigeria Customs Service is looking to generate revenue of $176 billion over the next 20 years through the implementation of e-Customs project. The Comptroller General, retired Colonel Hamid Ali, stated this in Abuja during the signing of e-Customs concession agreements between the service, the Africa Finance Corporation, and a Chinese company. On security, the Nigerian army says reports about attacks on some villages by Cameroonian and Amazonian separatists are false. Director of Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, issued a statement saying the Nigerian troops at Danere received information and mobilized to the Bashu community, which was allegedly invaded, noting that on arrival, they discovered that no incursion happened at Bashu. Nwachukwu further assured Nigerians of military protection and advised members of the public to stay calm. Still in security, the prelate of the Methodist Church Nigeria, Samuel Kanu Uche, whom gunmen kidnapped on Sunday, along with the Methodist Bishop of Owerri, Right Reverend Dennis Mark, and the prelate's chaplain, have regained their freedom. The Police Public Relations Officer, Abia State Command, Geoffrey Ogbonna, confirmed the release of the victims to newsmen, saying he could not give details as to whether a ransom was paid to secure the release of the kidnapped victims or not. Recall that the cleric and 2 other victims were returning from a program
Elections in Nigeria is characterized by fraud.
It is not pure election because of the way they conduct it.
The elections are here again.
For us in Akwa Ibom State,
It is another opportunity to elect
credible and potential leaders.
But I see some of them are not really credible.
In fact, when you talk about the credibility in the Nigerian system, it's absent.
As for the aspirants,
what are your plans to better the lives of citizens and ensure that it is not just another era of political promises?
Some aspirants came up with so childish kind of manifesto, something that you know that they cannot do.
Even if after campaigning and promising heaven and earth, you find out that by the time they come in, they cannot do 50% of what they promised.
Because they are coming to see this. If they don't use this, they will not achieve what they want. So it is the normal thing they must use to convince a man that does not have a proper ideology to vote them.
So it's just a mere slogan. It's just a mere slogan to use and have their right into power.
What do you, the people, think about the elections?
The electoral process has been marred by malpractice and all of that.
That's a bad thing in Nigeria. All for election night, you have about money.
Definitely, no matter what the the reforms they are carrying out, there will still be rigging.
It's about the aspirants, the manifesto, the people's view, an in-depth analysis.
That godfatherism is what has eaten deep into our political system. It has become a cankerworm that has left our political system into a corrupt system.
If it is not godfatherism, somebody like me, I will become the counselor. So because I don't have a godfather, it will not work.
Because people feel that they will come and invest, they need to get something back home. So the major aim is not about the people, it's about their family and themselves.
Godfatherism will not help the politics to grow. It won't help democracy to grow.
Vote buying will even be more this time around because these people, most of them have stolen a lot of money and they will use this money to buy votes.
Who gets to represent you in government at all levels?
Well, for me, the new breed aspirants, I would love the new breed aspirants. But for those, there are some of them that will not, I would say, definitely, I wouldn't want them to come back definitely to power.
Join us on Akwa Ibom Decides every Saturday and Sunday by 3 p.m. each day, exclusive to Spectrum Television, as we take on the aspirants set to lead you.
We do apologize for the breaking transmission. Now to the rest of our news. In politics, the All Progressives Congress Presidential Screening Committee, which began sitting on Monday, questioned the party's presidential aspirants on 10 key issues, including their dual citizenship status. Some of the aspirants who were screened by the committee, headed by a former national chairman of the party, John Odigi Onyegun, confirmed to newsmen that the panel asked them if they would be ready to step down for the consensus candidate of the party. Other questions asked include being the subject of investigation by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission or the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, or being arraigned by the Code of Conduct Bureau, being convicted for a crime, as well as via manifesto. Recall that the ruling party, which initially scheduled the screening of the presidential aspirants for May 16th, shifted it to May 23rd, but failed to hold the exercise on that day. Still in politics, People's Democratic Party (PDP) presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar has continued his fence mending with those he defeated to clinch the ticket at Saturday's convention. Atiku had, in the company of party chairman Dr. Irochia Ayu, visited Sokoto State Governor Aminu Tambuwal in his private residence in Abuja. He was also at the Abuja homes of Rivers State Governor Nyesom Wike and former Senate President Bukola Saraki. The duo polled 237 and 70 votes respectively to trail Atiku's 371 votes at the convention. Details of his